let's think about where that rotation can come from. It all came from Louis Pasteur when he was analyzing crystals that he made from tartaric acid. So tartaric acid crystallizes on the top of wine containers. If it's an aged wine, you can open it up sometimes and there will be little crystals that have formed inside of the neck. That's tartaric acid. Pasteur made a salt out of those crystals so he could purify it a little better. But he noticed when he crystallized them very slowly and carefully, he got two distinct crystal forms that were mirror images of each other. That sound familiar? We talked about molecules that are mirror images of each other. And not only that, each of these different crystals rotated polarized light in a different direction. So what he did, he took a microscope, he used a polarizing filter on that, so only some of those crystals would light up and the others would be dark. And he used the tweezers and he sat at that microscope for months, separating these crystals out into piles that rotate light one direction and rotate light the other direction. So say that he didn't separate that out. Right? He just took the solution that had an equal amount of both of those enantiomers, right? They're mirror images that are different. If I have an equal mixture of those crystals, there's no optical activity. So I can have a solution of both, right? I indicate that like this. If I have a solution of both, light does not rotate at all. But if I have a solution of one, right, say the plus enantiomer, light will rotate a little bit in one direction. If I have a solution of the other, right, that's going through the sample, light will rotate the other direction. Okay? But an equal mixture of both will not cause light to rotate at all. So without knowing it, Pasteur, right, 150 years ago, stumbled upon the idea of chirality long before molecular structure was even an idea. Right? He said there was some sort of asymmetry within those molecules. In fact, he compared it to right hand and left hand. Right? There had to be two different equal and opposite versions of those molecules before anybody knew the structure of those. Later it was confirmed Pasteur was looking at the two enantiomers. So the molecules themselves are mirror images, so they crystallize into mirror image large crystals that way that rotate light into opposite directions. And that was the very first inkling of stereochemistry in organic chemistry. It all came from Louis Pasteur, who came up with the idea of pasteurizing